are you thinking? Yeah. If you wanna know my thoughts, open your ears when I talk. Yeah. What are you thinking? Hey. What are you thinking? Hey. If you wanna know my thoughts, open your ears when I talk. Yeah.
Welcome, guys, back to another episode of the Arnold's Thoughts Podcast. I am your host, Arnold Lewis, and today it's a sad day. It's a gracious day. I don't want to say it's a sad day, but it is a day to be remembered because we are honoring my brother, Donovan Johnson. That guy, that's a true friend of mine. I figured I'll come this whole episode. I don't know how long it is going to be. Normally I have most episodes go to about an hour, 45 minutes. I don't know. But this today is just in honor of a great man, great basketball player, great friend, a true kindred spirit in life. This episode of Arnold's Thoughts Podcast was brought to you by Bold Claims Apparel. Bold Claims. It's not just a statement, it's a lifestyle. Make sure you check the link in the bio and shop all of our latest apparel today. Back to the episode. Donovan Johnson, man. So I'm going to just talk about how I found the news out. For context, he died in a car crash. I think it was, Wednesday? So Tuesday night or Wednesday morning around 1:30. I've kind of read like the little news clip that they had in the area, and it just said two people were driving down the street on the highway, had a head-on collision. That means somebody must have been going in a direction that they weren't supposed to and got into, hit him. I'm not sure. But that's just what they said, a head-on collision on the highway. Both people died. He was one of them driving one car. I don't know exactly what happened. All I know is my boy's gone. My boy's gone. And that's life. That is life. We have to accept that first. The reason I'm on here today is just to say how grateful I am to have had a friend like Donovan. Donnie, most people call him Donnie, but this is just my tribute to him. This is a tribute to him because, when we play this game for so long, I've been playing 9 years, 10 years, and there's just some people that you run across in your journey, in your path of life in general, and especially us as pro hoopers overseas. We go all over the world, and we just meet different people, and you meet different people from the crib, and you just wonder, you find certain people that you just connect with. People you would never know in your life if y'all wasn't on the same path of playing a sport together in a country together. First time I ever seen him, we was playing against each other in Chile. He was on Ancud at the time, and I was like, dang, who's this dude? He just got a lot of energy. He was really athletic, could shoot it. He was a problem for us. But he was a little hothead. Later did I know it was just that's his energy and his passion for what he wants out of the game. He just wanted to play so hard, and he just loved the game that he was going to give everything he got, whether that's in open gym, whether that's overseas, whether that's in a men's league tournament. He just played with just pure passion for the game. And being 9 years in it, he was about 8-9 years in, still have that drive and that love and passion for the game, especially when you go through so much as a pro player. Like, on this channel, we talk about it all the time, the ups and the downs. And to fight through all that, battle through all that on a consistent daily basis, through season after season, through all the situations that we go through as professional players, and still have the passion and drive and want to be able to I want to give this game all I got. I want to work, and I want to just go the extra mile and give everything that I have to the game that I love and the game that's blessed me in my life, not taking it for granted. A person that just did not take things for granted in his life, really and truly wanted more. Everybody that knows him just have nothing but good things to say about him. The first time we met, we played on the same team. He was in BCL Americas. He came on the team. You know, when you first time meeting a person, you don't really know what to expect. You play against them, but you really don't know what to expect because y'all always competed against each other. But now y'all meeting each other, and so you're just kind of sizing each other up, trying to figure out what is this guy's about. Is he one of these guys that's kind of crazy? Because, you know, you run into guys who kind of loose in the head, or how is he? About 2 hours, first practice, it was a click, it was a switch. And I was like, yep, found me a good dude. I found someone that's just like me. You know, we shared the same concepts. We were talking about money, trying to make some money, talking about crypto. I think that was when crypto was big at the time, into his financials. Bro had a nonprofit going on. So he was like speaking with some things that meant something in life, trying to advance in life. That's what he stood for. He was trying to advance in life, trying to grow. He had a YouTube channel where he was getting into vlogging. We kind of just try to keep each other motivated to keep going. Keep going with your channel. It's going to be difficult. You're not going to get the likes. You're not going to get the comments, or you're not going to get the awareness that you putting all this work in. So it's hard. So we connected a lot on that because we both are on the same journey. We were basketball players together, pros, trying to be content creators at the same time, and we could share a lot in common. I created a small group of like 3 or 4 guys that I just keep in contact with and talk to, just to keep my mind stimulated. And that he was one of the people that was on that list of 3 or 4 guys that I kept in close proximity, that I would talk to when life will get hard, or when we want to bounce ideas and pursue our life and further our life and advancement. You need to have a group of people that you could talk to that are on the same page as you and are trying to get and go up and have that grind and that grit to get there. And he was definitely one of those people. He was one of those people that was on point, ready to learn, ready to grow. He just wanted more. And for those out there who know when you just want more, you can sense that and feel it in the next person that's just like you. There's no accident, there's no coincidence in life that you find the people that are good and meant for you. Certain people that are just meant for you to make an impact in your life, somehow you seem to always find them. And that's what bro was with me. Like, he was definitely somebody. It's crazy because we only really had a week or 2 together, but we stayed in contact for years, like having conversations and talking, and 2-3 hours on the phone. And I had him on. We did an interview. I think it was back in November. Back in October. And if you just go back and watch that interview, it's called Mindset with Donovan Johnson. I'm gonna post some of his clips as just some of the things that he was saying in that interview, in this episode, just so you can get a concept of what his mentality was, what he really stood for, and what he really wanted out of life. What would you say, bro? Like, was like your 8 years? You've been 8 years. What do you think like been one of the biggest challenges just so far, man?
Outside of that waiting game, because that's a big part of it. You know what I'm saying? Because that mental, like, should I keep going? Should I work out today? Should I keep going this week? Probably staying healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Getting to your max potential of your body and staying there, because it's easy to take a break when you get there. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. Okay, practice. I'm not gonna lift. Practice. I'm not gonna shoot any extra shots. It's easy to get in that mode. So staying in that mode to the highest potential is probably the hardest part that I've faced.
Yeah, bro. See, that's why, like, I be posting it on. I post like when I get up, that 5 o'clock, that 5:15.
Yeah.
So I can show.
I get out of bed.
So I could show, like, yo, like, that's all mental. Like, my brother-in-law be like, man, you be getting up. I say, bro, that's me working on my mental toughness to just make sure that I stay in shape, that I stay ready, because it's too easy for me just to be like, man, I ain't with it today.
Yeah.
I ain't with it. And especially if you getting into you do get that call, you waiting on that call, you finally get that call, and then you're not ready because you was chilling on the couch You know what I'm saying? Taking days off.
Never know. They're not going to prepare you. And I feel like we in the same type of, you know what I'm saying, to where like you never know when that call's going to come. We're not guys that sign in June and know we leaving on August 13th to where we can take those breaks. Nah, we got every day for real. And you
And
never know.
and that's one of the biggest things too, man. Like I can even speak for myself. Like there's no way that I thought I'll still be here right now. It's just
You feel me?
like real
Yeah,
talk. You know what I mean? Like real talk. Like came in
exactly.
the
It's
game.
real spotty. You know what I'm saying? It gets real spotty.
Like how? You know?
Yeah.
And that's what, like you said, bro, that's a part of the mental game that you gotta do. Like even cats like me, you think just came off a season, just first team, championship, all
All
that.
that.
And you still at the crib sitting, waiting. Still at the
Yep.
crib waiting, man. That's I feel like one of the biggest stuff. That's why it's like preparing your mindset for this whole joint. It says like, do you really want to, do you really want to play this game? Do you really love this game? Because this is what comes with it, you
And
know?
I'm sure you ask yourself that question multiple times. 'Cause I have. Like, man, is this what we on? We about to really keep doing this and wait? We gonna do
Right?
that?
I'd be sitting there just I go to the gym and I don't be having no energy in the gym because it's like what I'm doing
Because
here.
it's different for us when we go to the gym. We go into the gym preparing for something. We're not just casual gym goers that can just live. All right, I'm gonna drink my protein. Now I gotta go to work, or I just got out work. Now I'm trying to really get to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm prepping for something.
I'm prepping for something like all this is geared towards something. This ain't just out here no recreational basketball YMCA. You know what I mean? I
Which
have,
is cool though. Which ain't nothing wrong with that.
but
But it's different when you going through that, when you in that.
so like what would you say like something? How do you stay loyal to the game in those moments, bro? Like how do you say, you know what, I'm gonna stay loyal to it. Like I'm gonna stay
I,
grinding.
I don't even have that conversation because I love it that much. You feel me? It's
Mm-hmm.
just
This is
it's
a
in you.
mm-hmm.
You know. And I see a lot of people that's like, okay, I'm doing it. You got to know what you're doing it for. You doing it for yourself, or you got some other reasons. You know what I'm saying? I like it. I love it that much. I go just as hard, like we said, recreational. I go just as hard in recreational hoop as I do on a Friday night in England. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. That's just
And people
your love for the game.
like, don't chill out. Like, well, for what? Well, I'm wasting my time then.
Why else you playing the game?
I'm wasting my time.
Right, I feel you on that one. That's definitely something that I try to. That's I say would be my biggest like difficulty is always staying in that like kill mode, even if I'm playing in the YMCA. Because I know once I step on the court, I feel like it's like a little good thing too because I got so much pent up energy from
You,
just. You
yeah. And where else am I going to unleash that energy?
What? Oh,
And it's,
y'all gonna hold me out all this time? Y'all ain't gonna pick me up? All right, bet. I got down. I got down.
yeah. Yeah.
So I know that we talked about it not too long ago, and you was telling me you was going through a little situation. Like, how is it when you dealing with like the relationship and stuff like that? How does that affect your game and stuff when you playing the game? Like, I recently went through some situation myself, bro, and it's just like, man, dog. So when you went ghost for a while, I was like, bro, I feel you, bro. I feel you 100%,
You
man.
uh now that you know what I'm saying, now that you're on the other side of it, you kind of gotta know yourself, man, and keep just telling yourself, just keep telling yourself, like you said, you training your brain. 5 a.m. is still a muscle. You still gotta have those same conversations with yourself, especially if everybody deal with something a different way.
Hmm.
So mine was kind of just from kind of lay back from all the extra interaction and figure out what's going on. Even if it did work out, you still gotta work through it. Either going, you know what I'm saying? So with having basketball and you have to perform well and stuff like that, it's just keep telling yourself and stay to your routine, right? Right. So like if you
Mm.
go if you going through something, what how would it help you to not wake up at 5 a.m.? You start
Mm.
sluggish. That 5 a.m. gonna turn into 8 now. Now you're not getting everything done throughout the day. And now
Boy.
you see what I'm saying? You see?
Hmm.
gotta stick to that routine, stick to what you know, get them extra shots, keep getting them reps, and it's gonna come to you. And even if it don't, you gotta know yourself, and your why is your why. You gotta keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. That's the biggest thing for me. Like you said, like that why. Because
Come
I'm
on, man.
gonna tell you, when I get up in the morning, I'd be like, it'd be days, bro. I'd be like, bro, why am I out here?
Come on, bruh.
It has to be a bigger purpose. It has to be a bigger person for the like. I know when we first started out, it was just about us. You know what I'm saying? I love the game. I this is it, but that only gonna last for so long. It's got to be a bigger reason why you do it, why you stick to your routine. Kind of, what's your routine like? What are some of the things that you do that keeps you consistent? Because I've actually made a video about routine, because that
Mhm.
routine does keep you going when life hits. That's what I'm gonna call
Yeah,
it, when life hits, because it's like a bat and it's right across your across your
it
head,
is.
man.
So as far as routine in the off season, I try to lift every day, even if it's
Mm-hmm.
light. Some of them days you don't feel it. I got to get in that gym and touch some iron. You know what I'm saying? Just to release them endorphins, even if it's a bad
Mm-hmm.
day. And then in my gym, it's a whole bunch of like-minded people. We trying to go overseas, or somebody's training.
Oh man.
They keep you sharp that way. So boom, I go there, and then I take a couple hours off. So from like 9 to 11, I'm in the weight room. I might not be lifting hard the whole time, but that's my time I'm spending there. And then from 2 to about 4, I'm in there with my trainer, Wayne Gill. I've been working out with him since he was my AAU coach since I was 10. So he knows me. If something's off, if I lost weight, if I'm heavy, he gonna let me know. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So that's where I spend more. And then throughout the time, just resting or working on some extracurricular. And then during the season, it just depends, because some of them coaches want them 2 days, bro.
Mm-hmm.
2 days off rhythm, you know. You
Right. Y'all
take
got 2 days there?
we got one, which is good. So
Ooh.
you know how I'm grateful. You get every ounce of energy I got in that first practice.
Right. Because that's all I got to worry about.
After that, I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna touch that weight, just because that's what it keeps you there. If you don't
Right.
lift, let's say you used to lifting every day, and then you don't, stuff start aching. You know, stuff start aching, and then you be like, "Dang, I really haven't lifted." Then you get back into that routine, and them aches are gone, just because your body is used to that. It's like feeding your body, like, "Damn, I ain't ate today. I'm gonna go
Right.
eat weights."
Right. That's me, bro. I'm in that joint 6 days out of the week, Sunday to Friday.
Yep, yep. And we ain't walking around like Brock Lesnar, but I feel good. I'm strong. I'm moving well. I'm
Yeah.
not aching. Don't hurt no more.
I feel like I did something. I talked about that the other day too, as well. It's like you got to find a workout that's catered to you. You know, everybody
Yeah,
got the different body type. You got to find, like, I can't be lifting like how Shaq lift or a big man lift. That's not me. That's not my body
it looks
type.
good, that, but nah.
That's just working on that beach body, trying to get extra swole, and you going in, you short arming every shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You got to understand what you're doing. That's I feel like a big topic that guys feel like I'm in here working out, but is it the correct workout? You know, are you utilizing that time really to? Are you figuring out your body? Like, okay, how do I perform? What perform helps my body perform in the right way? What get rid of those little injuries? You know, I
yeah,
coming off the surgery a couple years ago, and I had to learn how to train a complete different way. You know,
yeah.
to
Talked
eat.
about training and eating too. I remember
Hmm.
we. Yep.
I was one of my homeboys. I don't know if you know Tyrone Lee. He played
No,
down.
but I kind of learned about him through you. We Remember we was in touch.
Yeah, so he was like, he hit me up. I think it was yesterday, and he was like, "Man, uh, my knee, because he got real bad. I ain't trying to throw him under the bus or nothing and speak his business." You know, no T. I don't want no T's be looking like, "Hey, what? He got what problem? What's wrong with him?" You know what I'm saying? But he been in the game 9, 10 years, and just it doesn't matter. Like once you get that deep, your body you putting so much pressure on them bones, you know, and you have to have surgery. You know, he said he had two, and like he dealing with inflammation problems, and his knees not strong. And I'm telling him like, hey, look, bro, I'm gonna tell you what I done because I see what you going through, and I'm gonna just tell you what I done. And he was like, I told him about the not eating meat and fish, and how that just helps with the inflammation and stuff like that. That's what I did that changed my life drastically. But he was like, man, I've been doing this for 2.5 weeks and I'm losing weight and it's I'm always hungry. And I'm like, bro, I'm gonna have to be real with you. Like, let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there because you getting over it. You don't disrespect the process, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for over 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Over 2 years. You can't just expect to just I take 2 weeks and then it's just I'm healed and I'm perfect and now I'm He-Man. Like, bro,
No,
it's a process.
yeah.
It's a process, and it's really, are you going to stick to the process? I miss chicken wings. You know what I mean? I miss eating all that stuff, but the overall effect that I got, I'm jumping, I'm quicker. You know what I'm saying? My body's strong. The results that I got from it was so drastic. And, that saved my career. I got to be 100. It saved my career, but that's a discipline I had to give up. Like, don't try to treat this game or treat that like it's just supposed to happen like this. I just put in, because we got a little group chat, and I just put in the group chat perseverance, bro. You feel me? Perseverance. If you don't know what it is, go look up the definition for what perseverance is, and that's the. If you don't have that, you're not going to be able to even last in this game. Just to stay committed to the game, stay locked in, and sacrifice. That's a big thing. Sacrifice
Yeah.
for what you really want, man.
It's the family sacrifice. And I think that's what a lot of people miss. When people get homesick, I don't think they miss their friends. Because your friends is going to be on the
Right.
Xbox. Whenever they're going to text and clown on Instagram and all that. It's the family. Like my mom, my niece is 7. So that's my whole career been gone. You know what I'm saying? And she loved me.
Oh, man.
I'm her favorite person in school and stuff. So I don't get to talk to her. She called me, but it's the phone. My nephew's like 10, so I don't get to see him play the sports all the time. You know what I'm saying? Build them relationships and establish those memories. It's definitely family. I'd have to say over anything, it's family to sacrifice. Because you could obviously say, oh, I sacrifice scoring and all that. I sacrifice. Girl, you can say all that, but it's the family that you like, okay. When you leave, it hit like, oh. That's the only hard moment I have is like, man. You know what I'm saying? To the point where, to this day, my mom and niece drop me off at the airport every time. You feel me?
Right.
Like, it was the last people I see walking into TSA, my mom and my niece.
Right, yeah.
So,
I used to, that was always my routine too before I left. It was always my mom. I always go see my mom before I leave. She come drop me off at the airport. We do our little prayer together. She send me on my way, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'll see you in 7 months.
That's the worst. I said, let me know when you get there. I hate hearing that. Golly,
And you know what? You'd be like, you would let you know, and then a week will pass by. Be like, dang, I was supposed to let them know I got there because
that's a whole different story. You might not have internet. They might not have your crib ready. Man, I know you done been through it all. So yeah, that's by, and they like, I know they worry, but it's like, then you gotta explain, and they're like, well, I understand, but it's just that, like you said, you leaving your family, you got the baby girl, so that's closer than just family. You know what I'm saying? That's a bond you gotta build.
Yeah, bro.
That daddy-daughter bond, I feel like my niece is my daughter. I say, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I slip up and call her my daughter. It's my goddaughter, but then I have to explain like that. So I already know that. I know that feel.
Yeah.
I know that feel.
Yeah, man. Family, that's definitely something that I've acquired, that I've definitely, the bond has gotten stronger once the older we get, because we start understanding it, how important it is, Like, cause we only want to show them, like, hey, we live in our dream. We want you to go live yours too. But in order for us to live our dream, we got to slide.
Yeah.
Because we don't want you to never live yours. So we got to literally lead by example. So it's like it's a two sides of the pole, and you're just trying to balance it out the whole time, man.
Crazy that I think the kids really understand. As long as there's nobody putting anything else in there, they understand. And you dang near like a superhero. My dad does this. My uncle. You know what I'm saying? What does your dad and uncle do?
Yeah, because ain't nobody doing that.
You feel me? So you got to take the positives. You got to keep that mindset, and to bring it back to where we started, you got to just keep training your mind, keep that routine. with the kids, they'll have to know routine. Now you know routine. You know a routine. You see it. I'm giving you that example of routine. This is routine. Train your mind, train your body, your spirits high. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, bro. That was deep. Yeah, 100%. Because they're gonna do what they're gonna see you do it and do what you do more than what you tell them. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, bro.
You can stay off the bridge, but then I do a backflip. You're like, well, why'd you do it? Why'd you just do it?
For sure, bro. Bro, I appreciate you, man. Finally, we got to chop it up, man. Don't be ducking and dodging me, man. Hit my line.
I got you. We got to get back, man. Send me some old books I can listen to on SoundCloud, bro. I was in too, man. I know you got some more.
You already know it.
I still need to listen to that Quantum Cybernetics.
Psycho Cybernetics.
Psycho, that's why I done forgot. I was looking up the wrong thing.
I'm listening to it right now for the 3rd time. So you need to get on it.
It's like that. Bad.
Like that,
yeah.
Bro. Because people might know him as just as a basketball player, but just to know him as a man, as a kindred spirit, as someone who just wanted more out of life, not for just him, but for his family and the people around him, and what he just meant to his teammates and things of that nature, of just being a great person in general. I'm grateful that I was able to have a friend like that, and I was able to share what I do and have him on as an experience, because I got to interview him, and now I have that treasure. I have that last conversation, or that conversation that we could express with each other, that I can give to the world, that he can give to the world. If you ever wanted to know the type of man he was, here's an interview, or here's just a piece of what he stood for, that someone can always go back to. They can always go back and be like, I remember him and I want to hear it. And you remember how great of a person and how passionate he was. And that is, let his words inspire you to understand that what you have to give, not only to this career, the sport, but to your life. The type of drive that you need in your life to be able to keep going, to keep pushing. A true resilient person indeed, fighting for just what you want out of life. And that's very rare to see a person who fight that hard and just go through so much just to get more out of life. Because a lot of people say they want more, but they're not willing to do what it takes to get more. A lot of times we won't do what we need to do to have more of what we want out of life. You have to do more to, and able to get more. It has to be a lot. It has to be like, man, this is overwhelming. Man, there's so much I got to do. I got to do this and that. And it just doesn't seem like I'm going to make a way through. It doesn't seem like what I want is going to happen. It doesn't seem like the dream and the future that I wanted for myself is ever going to happen. But you have to continue and pursue and keep going after it no matter what. No matter what the situation is, no matter what the case is, as hard and tough, and the days you got to cry, and the days you break down, and the days that you feel like you can't make it, you keep going. And that's how he was. You just keep going. And when you see someone like that, and you know, and you think that, you know what, we all fall off sometimes, and we all have our down moments where we're not going to always be up. But then you always come back to know who you are and know what you're standing for. It's okay. He would be like, man, I stopped doing YouTube for a little bit, but you know what? I'm back now. I'm still going. The grind continues. I'm back. We're going to keep going. So I'm like, you know what? I have to make sure I honor bro today. And just say, bro, I appreciate everything that you've done. Appreciate the person that you are. And I feel like, you know, I'm very grateful to be able to have a platform that I can share my appreciation for, you know, a fellow hooper of mine, you know, a fellow brother of mine, a brother in ball. That's what I said it was, a brother in ball, because I found someone that we shared the same path. And it's great to find people like that. And they deserve to be honored, especially when you know that you live the same life. You go through the same things. And I remember it's just so crazy, because I had a conversation with him right before, like maybe 2 days ago, before yesterday. So it was like Monday. Today's As recording this is Thursday. This episode normally comes out on Fridays. So this is Monday afternoon. I just remember telling him, bro, I'm glad you signed early and don't have to deal with the nonsense of not signing early or the BS of not signing early. He was like, man, this is the first time in my career I don't know how to act. He was just so excited that he finally signed. Like, if you've been in the basketball world and you know overseas basketball, you know what it is to sign early. That is what you want in this game. I mean, that's something that we all seek for, is to sign early, know where you're going, know that you're going to get through it. Like, I'm going to leave at this time. I know how long my season is. I can calculate how much money I'm going to get. So it just kind of gives you a heads up. And now you know how to train. Now you know how to prepare. You're working towards something. That late signing and that waiting game, we talk about that in the episode a lot. That waiting game is crucial, is like brutal. So he didn't have to deal with that for like the first time in like 9 years of playing. He finally was able to sign early, get a team, have a situation. He was playing in a lot of money tournaments, winning a lot of them, getting back to vlogging, getting back to his content creation and doing things like that. And I was just telling him, bro, it's up from here. Those are my words. I'm like, it's up from here. It's 2 days ago. And now I'm here sitting here making a video in honor of him because he's gone like that. And that's the perspective that I want to also bring to us all, is that we can't take life for granted. We cannot let time pass by and not go after what we want out of this life, because when things seem like I'm finally catching my break, when things seem like I can't keep going, it could be all over like that. It could be all over. You don't have no more time. So you might as well start living in every moment of what you want out of this life now, and seek what God has for you and your purpose in life now. Because you might not wake up the next day. You might not make it to the next moment. So you have to cherish the moments that you have. It's not something to be afraid of. It's just something to accept in life, that, that was his time. So this is not even a saying goodbye, but this is a saying thank you. This is a thank you to bro for touching so many people's lives, for being a great man, being a great friend. This is a thank you. Not everybody gets to go through life and meet great people. And when you do, I know for me, for sure, I'm here to say, I thank you, bro, for everything that you've done. I thank you for being the guy that you are. And if you knew him, you knew that what he stood for just meant more to him, for his family, for his passion. If you knew him and his passion, bro, it's something to be admired. Always cracking jokes, just a great person to be around. And that's why it hit me hard. It really did. It really did. It really hit me hard to see my brother gone. It really did. We play this game just trying to get the best out of it. We just want to, be the best player we can be, go to team, country to country, deal with being cut, deal with payment, deal with owners bashing you, deal with all that, and we still get up and fight for it every single day. But then one day you wake up and you're gone, or you wake up or you don't wake up. The guy you just played with, guy that you make a connection, a bond with, you think, oh man, I just found me a brother for life. Yeah, but that life only lasted 2 years, a year and a half. That quick. Have plans for the future. Hey man, we're gonna do this, that. Cut short. Gotta keep going, gotta be. One thing I know is he was living in what he wanted to do. He was going after what he wanted in life. He knew his impact on life, and he was working towards being the great man that he was called to be. So his story ended at the age, I think bro was 32. His number was 32. Man. But, like I said, I'm here to pay homage, pay gratefulness, respect, love. You are a real one, bro. You are my friend. God has a special place for you. I'm truly thankful and grateful that I got to be your friend, that you lived a great life, you lived an inspiring life, and you will not be forgotten. And I personally am going to take the passion that you have for life and apply it to my life to make me go harder. I appreciate you. Thank you guys. If you know him, hey, y'all know how I feel. Y'all know we haven't got a real one. That's all I got. Thank you guys for tuning in. Till next time. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe on our YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and wherever you listen to your podcast. I greatly appreciate it.